What's up, gays, straights, and other days? It's Mally. I'm back with another episode of Lady in Mystery. Last we left off, Leader Kong basically went, "Yo, Juhi, you're coming with me." So now she's following her to the pub, and I'm so excited to see how this turns out because, as we remember, Juhi doesn't like Leader Kong for reasons that she won't admit to. Yet. So let's get right into it. Leader Kong went to some dark pub. The pub was so unfamiliar. She may have heard about it from her brother before. Some retired caterers used to cook and sell foreign dishes like braised sea bream or hot cuisines like cow heart stew or sea bream noodles. What? Okay. The government cracked them down, saying it's ridiculous to waste expensive meat and rice for just accompaniment to a drink, but the store keeps flourishing since Yongbons have their backs. Some laid-back Yongbons were said to go to a temple and have monks bring some tofu for them, or come here and taste delicacy. Since it was the middle of the day, there was no one in the pub. It's early. Here, provide my lady the best seat in this place. Oh my god, Yurin, what are you playing at? Juhi was seated on a nice spot of the room. While she was looking around with an uncomfortable face, the bamboo blind was rolled down from outside. Leader Kong sat across Juhi elegantly. Leader Kong looked up and asked a question with a smile. "What is Mr. Hiso doing now, my lady?" Oh, of course. Of fucking course she knows. "Is that why you wanted to take me here?" "No way. Yes, it is. I just wanted to know how he's going. I would have taken care of it myself. I'm just curious why you were wandering around alone." "They have a case to solve. They went to the post chung for the missing case. That's it. Not at all anything else. And you didn't go there with them?" She was talking like how Hiso talks when he interrogates people. But it was not worth getting mad at this lowly merchant, and it would hurt her pride to answer every question Leader Kong asked, so Juhi didn't respond. "Oh, excuse me, Northern Village Lady, for feeling so high and above this goddess of a woman. Jeez." Actually, by this point, Juhi's status really doesn't mean much, so she really doesn't have room to talk. But then Kong Yura nodded as if she heard the answer, even though she didn't hear shit. "Why are you doing this? It kind of bothers me." "My head just fell down sometimes since my binyo is too heavy." What? Wait, what does that mean? Yurin giggled, saying nonsense. Yeah, I'll say, I don't even know what the fuck you said. Yurin put her hair behind her ears and made a friendly face, but somehow looked sly to Juhi. "You just don't like her, you baby." Oh my goodness, well I'm glad we're seeing more of her anyway. Oh my god, I need to focus, we're not doing her route yet. After a while, Castello was served to Juhi on the plate. She looked at Leader Kong for a while, then picked a piece of Castello sliced into bite-sized pieces. I am so fighting myself a little bit with pronunciation sometimes. Like, whenever I see O-I, I have to, like, tell myself not to do a WA sound for French, or, like, a double L. I want to, like, turn it into a Y for Spanish. I don't speak either of those languages fluently, but I've been around them enough to, like, they're habits. I'm gonna get through this. It was so soft that it feels like it's going to be chopped just by picking it up with chopsticks. I can't use chopsticks for shit, so you're good on that for me. Oh, wait, the tuck is... We already read this. It's fluffier, drier, and lighter than tuck, but it was so sweet. The little chunk of flour melts down inside her mouth. It tasted good, but shallow like Leader Kong. Juhi? How do you know that? You wanna tell me about some past history you had with Leader Kong? Stop! You can't put an eating out joke in a lesbian game. You just can't. I'm only going to eat 2 more pieces and then stop. You must either have a fight with him or become awkward with him. No, it was both. You can always tell me if you're in trouble if you have any worries in your mind. And what? Are you going to solve it for me? Well, that I can't do. Then there's nothing you can do about it. You're such a brat. She's trying to be nice. Come on, she's not even hitting on me right now. Stop being a baby. Well, what do you expect from an old person like me? How old are you exactly, Yurin? Because, like, there's a line. How old are you? Did they ever say her age? I don't know. Like, how... You can't be more than 30. You can't be more than 30. You just... Well... Because everyone else is in their 20s, so you can't You can't be more than 30. I know I can be a good listener and a good comforter. What kind of comfort are you offering? It's just impossible, okay? There is no way that we can have a conversation with her without it turning suggestive. There's just no way. I'm sorry, no. She kept mentioning her age every time when her social status is so low. Yours is lower than hers at this point, Juhi. On the plate was half a Castello left. Juhi wanted to have some more, but she couldn't eat it up and show how much she likes it to Leader Kong. Okay, we're moving on. Castello is great. She managed to put her chopsticks down. You gonna tell me how old you are? Because now I really want to know. Then Leader Kong took a sip of her tea and tilted her head. I also have tea here. Can I do this without spilling? I could also just angle the camera down, but I don't want to set it again. Look, I have tea. It's chai. It's my favorite tea. In my skull mug. Look how pretty. Can I guess what you just thought? No! Juhi, come on! You're such a brat. Then again, what else is new? Oh my goodness. Anyway, if you want to tell someone about things you can't tell anyone, you can always come to me at the end. Maybe I could be a help. Yuri? Stop. Oh my goodness. No, there's no... I feel like she always has an ulterior motive no matter what. Like, I am on to you. And I'll be on top of you in another video. We're here for Juhi. Oh my god. I'm trying, okay? It's just... Look at her. Come on. I'm a simple lesbian and she's really hot, okay? Things you can't tell anyone. Leader Kong was especially emphasizing on that part. Of course she was. You think she's not invested in, like, secrets and lies? I wouldn't even want to tell you things I could tell anyone. You're such a brat. Wow, that also makes me kind of special in a way. I'm glad to hear that. Of fucking course she spun it like that. Gosh, I really don't like you. Jesus, okay, we knew she was frank, but okay, I'm sorry. I know I keep interrupting it, but come on. It's too easy. When she was about to get up, Leader Kong handed her something with two hands folded together. It was a little ticket panel carved out of wood. When she held that, Leader Kong looked up with her head still lowered. She looked at her in the eyes directly. It was a brief moment, so Juhi couldn't even think about anything. It's a nice amulet that I used to use when I was having a hard time. If you wish on this, most of your wishes come true. I hope this one helps you solve your problem. Okay. Wow. I know that I've been like a thirsty hoe. Oh, also we're going back to Hiso. Hello. Hiso. Hell. Words are hard. I know I've been a thirsty hoe over Gyurin the entire time, but I will say I have not stopped laughing since we started Juhi's route, which just is a testament to how good this is. It's been 3 days since the Poshung has been on the investigation. Finally, they found a witness who saw someone get kidnapped. He was a lumberjack who lives near Mappo. He's been living there over 20 years. Oh, are we still looking for that stupid fucking merchant, or are we done with that? I can't remember. Don't tell anyone I was cutting wood secretly in that mountain. Hey dude, I don't really care. It is illegal to cut trees in Hanyang. If you get caught, you can be in big trouble. Wait, then where do you get your wood from? Okay, but the Poshung decided to let him off the hook for this minor violation, because that lumberjack was the only witness who saw someone get dragged into the woods. The place he witnessed was the forest near the road where Lee So-ma was walking on the way home. Okay, so we are still looking for him. That makes sense. The location and the date completely matched. I was cutting trees, and when I looked up, some rowdy people were moving a fainted guy. Well, he had a broad shoulder and his thighs were quite thick. He made his top knot in a little back, and he had a colored bow on his forehead like he was about to go somewhere far to sell things. The statement was very specific. His description of a guy matched Lee So-ma. That was the first lead. I definitely saw them moving the body in the sum cloth. The ones who dragged that fainted guy were ruffians, Nansai and Budla from the Clown Squad. Clown? What? Okay. Would do anything for money. Nansai and Budla? After the witness revealed the suspects' names, the investigation quickly advanced. Oh, hi! Hi! Hi, Sayan! I missed you! Oh my goodness, I'm so glad that even though we're doing another route, we still get to see our girls. Oh my god. When the syphilis prevailed a few decades ago, human butcher squad who took gallbladders out of the body for sale was on rampant. They kidnapped dozens of people and killed them. Maybe that kind of people appeared again. Soyeon's theory was spooky enough to scare the whole Poshung. Of course it was. I missed you. Commissioner General acknowledged the possibility and sent out police officers himself, and the Poshung headed to Nansai and Budla's residence. I keep wanting to say Buddha, but is it Buddha and they just did a typo? I don't know. So this is where Nansai and Budla live, huh? No, it's happening too often to be a typo. Okay, weird name. It's not a bad house for clowns. They must have made pretty good money for doing all sorts of weird things. Wait, these are actual clowns? Well, it would make sense because Juhi's route was so funny. Woo-sung and I were whispering to each other standing outside the yard. Wait, did I read that as Wong-sum or Woo-sung? Fuck, no, I wasn't paying attention. Oh my god, I'm sorry. And Soyeon raised her voice for us to make sure. You shouldn't come inside and just stay outside. Yeah, I told you I got it. Can you promise? Oh, you know my penchant for breaking the rules. Of course. But Soyeon still seemed agitated. She must have been so sensitive since Superintendent Jung didn't come along on this big case. Watching that, Wong-sam gave me a sign with his eyes and moved the officers. Alright, let's get in and besiege them first. What? Why are we just sieging in? Soyeon went back and forth between me and Wong-sam, then ran into the house of Nansai and Budla with a sigh. She's like, these idiots, fine. I love her. Nansai, Budla, come out and surrender. Oh, we are going in that aggressive. Soyeon shouted, but the house was quiet. The officers got in and opened the door. The house was already empty. Closet that doesn't even have any blanket in it. Darn it, we lost them. I ignored what Soyeon just said and jumped into the room right away. I'm sorry, Soyeon. I'm terrible. There is a piece of rope with candle wax on it. What? I carefully picked up that piece of rope on cloth. Woo-sung frowned next to me. Do you think they packed their stuff with this kind of rope and ran away? It must have cost a lot to get this kind of rope with candle wax on it. Oh, I thought it was like just wax on the tip, but no, it's throughout, kind of like a laminate or something. I know what kind of rope that is in like modern day. I was scraping the candle wax off the rope and then looked up. I think I know something for once. There's one transportation that needs the rope with candle wax on it to prevent the decay of the rope from humidity. Yeah, that's what the lubrication is. It's also, I think it's also called the laminate in some other places. It's to keep the rope from fraying and stuff so that it lasts longer. Oh, I wasn't listening. Sonic Rocket? Okay, I'm gonna go with either a boat or a donkey because the other two are too out of left field. I never know exactly how, like, when is shit gonna be important? Then they throw a choice at me and I'm like, wait, what? So boat or donkey? Let's go boat because I feel like water eats away at rope more than like normal wear and tear. Boat. It's a boat. You have to be on a boat for months and you have to prevent your clothes and fabric from decaying. Am I confident about this? I don't know. It's not just a small boat like a ferry boat or a raft. A ship that can be on the water for a long time and quite big. A giant sailing ship that crosses the ocean. Did I get this right on the first try? That never happens. No, we haven't lost them yet. The ship that crosses the ocean doesn't go on the water easily. It usually gets delayed for at least a few days or even 2 weeks depending on the situation. And it was quite windy lately. Those guys are still at the port. Oh, I got it! Yo, first try, that never happens. Yay, I am the greatest. Oh, and I wasn't even paying attention either. That's embarrassing that I can't even get it when I'm paying attention. Oh god. A group of policemen went to the port. In the meantime, I decided to ask around the village and gather some witnesses. Is Juhi still wandering around by herself? I hope she's okay. I'm sure we can find something if we search through the village Nansai and Budla used to live. I actually wanted to go to the port with them, but Soyeon made it very clear that I can't come to in a fur voice. Come on, Soyeon, you know I can handle it. She said since Commissioner General is interested in this case, I might run into some senior superintendents there. Soyeon, knowing me so well, she's like, no, you can't come. Go away and do something else. Oh, I love her. I walked around clicking my tongue and asked questions to anyone I run into in that village. Oh, here we are. Cool. Well, was the last time you saw nansai? Nansai? Because again, it's like my old language instincts. I used to sing in a choir, like a chamber choir, and like we'd sing in Latin and French and German and all of that. So sometimes when I see certain letter combinations, like my instincts go to want to like pronounce it a certain way. We never sang in Korean, I don't think, so I don't really have much instinct from there. But when I see an AE sound, that's more of an I sound in Latin, so I keep wanting to go to an I sound. But then again, AE in Korean seems to be an A sound, like as in J, my favorite Day 6 member. So maybe it is Nansei. Okay, well, I'll switch then. When was the last time you saw Nansei and Budla? People had a lot to say every time they heard my question. Don't even start. It's best to stay away from those bastards. They are so out of control. Anyone who got involved with them ended up being in big trouble. Especially Nansei was always drunk from the middle of the day, so no one really talked to that bastard. I heard Nansei used to pick oysters in the fishing village as a little kid. I think Nansei missed those days. Nansei said they became like this ever since they joined that clown squad. What the fuck is a clown? Are you gonna show me these clown squads eventually? Because what the hell is that? Like, is it like the equivalent to like no or kabuki in Japanese culture? Because I know what those are. Maybe. The word on the street said that Nansei and Budla joined the clown squad and wandered around, but they recently settled down in Hanyang. Those two are quite good at performing, so no one in the clown squad could mess with them. Fucking show me what a clown squad is, or define— Why is that not one of the terms that we can collect? I want to collect a clown squad. Those two have been doing anything to make money ever since they got the house in this village. Allegedly, they are really swift and not scared of anything. Clown squad was supposed to go around the country, but Nansei and Budla have been staying in Hanyang for 2 years again. After asking around for a while, we finally found the person who last saw Nansei and Budla. They were a palanquin bearers of this village. They got stunned and got up when they saw Yongbons coming in, but their attitude got much softer after I gave them a few coins. Well, duh, money talks. When we asked them about Nansei and Budla, the guy who seems to be the captain answered right away as if he was waiting for it. Well, that bitch Budla called us and paid us. I was actually debating if I should go to the Poshung because it was a little odd. Bitch? Lasagna, bitch! They were girls? Huh? Yes. Both Nansei Budla are girls. I automatically thought they would be guys, but they were girls. I mean, I guess, but... What is a clown squad? Anyway, when we got there was a sick noble lady fainted on the floor with her coat covered on her. Budla rushed me to take that lady, who I couldn't even see the face clearly, to the palanquin. I flared at them asking just what they are up to carrying a noble lady when they are just lowly girls. Then they offered me they would pay me double. So, did you do what they asked you to do? What could I do? I just took her to wherever they want. But on the way there, the noble lady kept moaning quietly in the palanquin. I was going to stop if they asked me to go somewhere weird, but they asked me to go to the northern... Oh no, not the fucking northern... No, Juhi, no. I don't know if this has anything to do with her, but God, I'm so worried. I know she doesn't want to go back and it's not safe. Oh my God. Then again, is it really not that safe for her? They did basically fake her death to avoid shame, I guess. Actually, no, that would be worse because then she'd come back and they'd be like, she's alive! So, never mind. So I figured they were going to that lady's house and didn't doubt it. Northern Village. Village that only wealthy and distinguished families live, and those roughnecks went there, huh? Yes. When I asked them what house they were going to at the entrance of the village, they said I could just drop them off at the nearest tree. Nansei pointed her finger at me and said, "This lady's servants should come out and take her now. You lowly plebeians should get lost." So I just came back. I'm not giving her a voice yet because I don't know what she looks like yet. Woo-sung frowned dubiously at what the palanquin bearer just said. I guess they're really doing all kinds of things. I mean, they're serving noble lady when they're lowly plebeian? We're serving noble lady as well. A noble pain in our ass. As I answered Woo-sung, I wondered what Juhi might be doing by now. Yeah, me too. Like, I hope she's still not out by herself because that's not safe. Juhi's been acting like a teenager with her sudden mood swing. She's not really following us anywhere anymore. Yeah, because she's being a baby and doesn't want to confront her feelings, but at the same time, I understand. I barely managed to get a promise that she wouldn't go out alone after several fights. Oh, you mean the ones we've had on the daily? I felt so distracted thinking about it, so I turned around, shuddering. Gosh, it bothers me so much. As we just got out of the palanquin bearer's house, an officer came running and whispered the news. He said Wong summoned Se-yeon got Nonse and Budla at the port. Also, yes, I'm still struggling with Se-yeon's name. It's a little hard for me. Look how skinny my face got. Juhi was watching her face reflected on the wash bowl and then slapped the water with her palm. She hasn't been herself and hasn't eaten well for a couple of days, and her wrist and face got really lean. Juhi, do not starve yourself. Oh my god. Don't. She thought it's going to be fine after a few days, but why? Why? She thought it was getting better at first. Keeping distance with Hiso made her feel calm, and it made it easier when she saw Hiso in person. But when she thought it was getting better, it got worse after a while. Her heart started beating while she was sleeping, and her heart fluttered just by hearing Hiso breathing. Then with Hiso tossed and turned, she teared up for no reason. Even in her dream, Hiso appeared in women's clothes, and even when she's alone, it feels like she's hearing Hiso's voice. "'Cause you're seeing me as a woman, babe." She didn't understand what's going on, but she's certainly dying slowly every second. Juhi! Fucking eat something, oh my god. I'm going to die like this. No, you're not, but I appreciate the dramatics. I'm going to die before I die a natural death. I even got out of my house. It'd be so devastating if I ended up dying young and being in a cheap coffin that Fixer Brothers bought with their little money. Listen to me, Juhi. We may give you so much shit and you give it back just as much, but if you died, first of all, I would be super, super upset and you would not end up in a cheap coffin. You'd probably end up in the most expensive one that I could afford to steal. You matter, motherfucker. Come on. Would they even put me in a coffin? Of course we would. They could just cremate me to save money. We would not. I'm sorry that she died, but now we don't have to pay her back. Hey! Juhi, come on! Do you really think that low of me? So it's a good thing for us in a way. Lady, rest in peace. Ooh, look at that bone waste flying away. Juhi, come on! I love you, okay? Like, come on, don't do that. Brother, you should at least pretend to be sad. And like, okay, I can't speak for Woo-sung, obviously. I can speak for Hiso because he's supposed to be me. But come on, like, as annoyed as he is with her, I know that Woo-sung, like, at least likes her too. Like, come on, we're a family. Don't do that. Oh, now I kind of wish I was there to, like, take care of her intrusive thoughts, because I know what it's like to think like that. Should I? Good grief. Boo-hoo. Okay, now let's find some new work that can pay us well. Oops, why can't I stop smiling? Juhi, I am so... The thing is, I don't really have to apologize for it because I know she's just getting in her head, but Juhi, come on, why would you, oh my god, I feel so bad for her. I just want to give her a hug. Juhi was imagining what's going to happen after she dies and shook her head, feeling terrible. But also, what a fucking drama queen, you are not gonna die. But even at that moment, the image of Hiso in women's clothes spinning around kept coming across her mind. When she looked up, she could see that skirt was hanging in the air. Aqua hung it on the washing line after washing it. It's not even something to agonize over. Why? Juhi suddenly got up, brought in the skirt, and stared at it as if she was picking a fight on it. I mean, you kind of are. Hey, clothes. What? No, I thought you were having a metaphorical fight, not a literal fight. She flared at it like she does to a person, then she twisted the clothes really hard. There wouldn't be any problem at all if it wasn't for the skirt. Yeah, see, the game is clarifying that it's Hiso in the feminine form that she's attracted to. It's because of you. It's all because of you. She's not going to get a husband in her life anyway. She only liked Hiso because he was wearing a skirt. He is a guy who only just wore a skirt once. There's no point in looking at a guy and wishing he was a woman. But why am I losing weight and suffering over that wily guy in women's clothes? I think because a part of you knows and just hasn't figured it out yet. Juhi bit her lips angrily and threw that skirt away. She felt suffocated, so she rubbed her chest with her hands several times. But the feeling like something stuck in her chest didn't go away. Why? Why? Oh, I wish I could comfort her right now, but I feel like me showing up would only aggravate her. When she stopped her hand, her eyes filled with tears. Like any woman in the world, it's completely fine to just watch her alone. But not him. Not him. Because the girls I saw that day doesn't even exist in the first place. Oh, Juhi. That girl hasn't even born. She's just a fake temporary girl who's just Kim Hiso in a skirt. That girl doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. She thought about it more, she got even madder and it drove her crazy. I just want to give her a hug right now. Oh my god. Well, I'm in pain like this. Hiso must have been hanging around laughing by now. Well, I mean, yes, because I don't know you're upset. I'd give you a hug if I knew, and if you'd let me and not punch me first. Juhi wiped off her tears roughly before they dropped and looked up. I'm going to revenge. Wait, what? You're gonna revenge on what? My beauty and my intelligence. I'll use everything I have to lure Kim Hiso. What? Wait, what? You're mad that you're drawn to me in a skirt. So your solution is to just pull a leader Kong and aggressively flirt at me? Juhi, what? You know what? I don't know how I feel about this plot point yet. This feels weird and kind of out of place. Like, why? Then I'll reject him. Wait, what kind of logic? Juhi made up her mind and clenched her fist. Juhi wished adamantly after pulling out an amulet she got from Leader Kong. That's what you're wasting your wish on? Oh my god. Please make Kim Hiso like me and ruin his life. Juhi! Oh my god, you spiteful little... Oh my god. I mean, oddly enough, this is kind of what I like about her, like the fire, like the spitfire that she is. Make him love me and cry for me, please. I'm sorry, what? Okay, back to my point of view. Apparently my ears are itchy. Huh? Why are my ears so itchy? I tilted my head and tapped my ears, but it didn't get any better and my ears kept being itchy. But everyone was looking at me, so I stood firmly for now. Oh, are we running to the port to catch him? Probably. At an empty lot in front of the port that gives off the fishy smell of the water, Nansei and Budla were tied up after getting caught by Soyeon. They would get tortured and suffer a lot when they go straight to the poshung, so I tried to talk to them first before they go to the poshung. Of course, it was only possible because Nansei and Budla weren't caught by other senior superintendents or commissioner general first. Soyeon didn't seem happy about me ignoring the process and handling things my way, but Wang-san was on my side, saying it's fine as long as I solve the case. I went to Nansei and Budla and bent over. We have a witness that you kidnapped a guy around the same time Lee So-ma disappeared. Poshung is already so sure that you did it based on circumstantial evidence. You guys are so lucky to meet me first. Wait, are you saying that Lee disguised himself as a woman? Because they talked about kidnapping a noble lady. If they got caught by other people, they might have been in a lot of pain by now. I really meant it when I said they were lucky. If you go to the poshung, you're going to get tortured in 8 different ways. They'll twist your legs while your hair was tying together. You'll get upside down and beaten until your skin's got off from your hips. Jesus, Hiso, okay. And if you faint, they'll feed you pepper water through your nose. Ew. You can die during that process. You might wish you died, but you can't. Then, when I scared them, Nansei and Budla's faces turned pale. Budla and I are girls, sir. We can't survive the same punishment as guys. I feel bad for that too, and that's why I'm giving you a chance here. I'm helping the lawsuit for a guy named Lee So-ma's family. If you can help me well, you won't get tortured there. Tell me right now if you ever kidnapped Lee So-ma. Nansei, what should we do? Budla and Nansei exchanged anxious looks. Soyeon was so ready to put them in jail right away, so I feel rushed. Damn, girl, you're aggressive in this one. If you can't tell me first, I'll tell you what I think. You can just nod. Yeah? Let's just draw one conclusion first before I begin. Their crime was... They're acting like they're not really planning it themselves. Like, I don't think they planned this. I feel like, especially since they got caught so easily. So I feel like someone else was involved here. So, were you abetted by someone else? You kidnapped a guy. Sure, you must have been asked to by someone. So there's the main suspect somewhere, right? You got a lot of money from the main suspect. That's why lowly plebeians like you could even think about getting a sailing ship. You could take care of other problems so easily with the money while doing it. Am I right? And nothing. Budla didn't say a word and just nodded. Okay, I'm actually getting kind of better at this. That's what I guess. Some fancy yongbang came to you and gave you a lot of money. You wouldn't have done any job that pays that much before since you are girls. You've just stolen some identity tag with your swift bodies. And that yongbang's request was something really big. He asked you to get a guy who won't be missed by anyone even if he dies within days. Nansei and Budla got stunned and looked up. When they caught my eyes, they both looked down, knowing that it's a rude thing to do. But that was enough for me to know this. I was right. Still don't want to talk first? If I tell everything first, then you will lose your chance to confess. Nansei didn't know what to do, tied up, and then started talking before Buddha. She was about to cry. You were right about everything. A Yongbang guy who covered his face with a gale gave us money and asked if we can deal with a guy. He asked us to bring a guy to him within days. Someone who doesn't have a disease on his skin or his intestines, and someone whose social status is not too low and not too high. Someone with decent looking and has an able body. And the most important thing is, like you said, sir, someone that won't be missed by anyone even if he dies. I could imagine the rest without hearing them. They are clowns. They would have tried to take someone among their audience, but it would have been too suspicious if anyone disappeared right after they came to see the Clown Squad's show. Okay, I'm not getting this, but I don't understand what's going on, but okay. So they just tried and decided not to do it. They couldn't take anyone they know. They would get scolded if they bring any beggar. Why? Wait, so Lee was just a random guy that they chose? Why are you kidnapping random? What do you want with a random guy? The due date was getting closer and they didn't get the guy. They've already got the money. So they were scared that they might get beaten to death one day without anyone knowing if they disobeyed the Yongbang. So they ended up hiding in the mountain and kidnapping a decent-looking guy. So we paid some of the manual laborers and kidnapped the guy together when he was walking on the road. We hit him with a bat and he fainted. When we saw the identity tag, the name was Lee So-ma. And then... We put woman's coat over him and called palanquin bearers, right? Oh, I was right about him dressing up as a guy, but they dressed him, not him. Okay. You left the palanquin there in Northern Village and almost ran back home. Aw. You wouldn't think of the method. That Yongbang would have told you. These girls were just errand girls, so they wouldn't know any more details. I actually feel bad for them. They look so young, too. But Sayan still tied them up to take to the Poshung as procedure. Well, Sayan tends to be like lawful good, so... I waved my hand at Wusung. Yes, brother? Follow me quietly. We have somewhere to go without the Poshung. Oh, okay, we getting heckin' sneaky. And we're back in Juhi's point of view. Are we gonna have more of a skirt fight? Did you win your little scuffle? Oh my god. Here comes the boppy, bouncy music again. Juhi was looking around, standing on the road she came the other day. After crying for a while, she felt much better and wanted to go out now. She made a promise with Hiso that she wouldn't go out alone 2 days ago, but she was sure that neither of them believed that she would keep that promise. Yup. Juhi trudged the street and looked around at the colorful signboards. There were all kinds of fortune-telling advertisements, and since they were at least intelligent enough to study the Book of Changes, their shops were much cleaner than those at the marketplace. Come to think of it, her brothers are good at the Book of Changes as well, and used to read their own fortunes sometimes. Juhi kept walking down the road and pouted her lips. This is Fortune Teller's Alley. I came here to ask my fortune teller about the best day to start ginseng business. You can always talk to me if you have any worries in your mind. Actually, Juhi thought of what that woman told her the other day and came to the road where they ran into each other last time. But there was not even a shadow of Leader Kong on the road. Are you gonna ask Leader Kong how to flirt with me? First of all, I don't think she'd be down with that because she has a fucking obvious as hell crush on me. But then again, she might entertain that as like kind of a competition. She might appreciate some competition, spice up the game a little. Still, if you ask her for flirting advice, I'm gonna fucking laugh at you. Come to think of it, maybe she just said it without really meaning it. No, I can talk to her anytime. Do I, a noble lady, have to go to Songbang alone? Juhi tiptoed on her feet and tried looking around, then drooped her shoulders. I mean, she wouldn't come here every day. As she kept walking slowly, she could see a store where Leader Kong bought her castella. She remembered the taste was really good, so she looked over and she could see the price. 2 nyang per handful of castella. And since I know nothing about Korean currency, especially older Korean currency, I know that's expensive, maybe? A bowl of rice soup is 2 poon in the tavern. Yeah, poon's pretty low. Actually, that's exactly what you offered me your first day with us. Oh my god. So nyang is expensive. I think nyang is the highest form in this time. This is 100 times more expensive. Oh, it really is that expensive. She dropped her jaw. But then she felt like she was becoming like Hiso and Wusung, overreacting to a price like that. Well, let's see. You're a noble lady, and we're fake Yongbans, basically pretty poor. So yes, we're gonna react to a price like that. So Juhi turned around in a sassy way. Of course you did. Then she started thinking of all the side dishes she had when she was little. Baked cow heart, a soup with sea beam and noodle in it, carp that was baked in a mud, peel-off taro that was pickled in honey, and so on. She only had food that was made out of extra care and effort. It's not like that food wasn't good compared to the castella. She's not sure, but those would be even more expensive. Like 100 times more expensive. Juhi bought a tuck covered in oil that cost only 1 poon. Aww. The tuck had a paper around it as a handle and it didn't really taste anything. But Juhi was holding that tuck and walked around a little more. When she reached the alley, Juhi froze like she couldn't even blink her eyes. She saw something weird in the distance. It was Hiso. Am I something weird? Thanks, Juhi. Thanks. I've already cried a lot and got myself sorted earlier. I decided to not think of anything depressing. Why is it happening again? Oh. Well, like again, your first reaction to seeing me was, oh, what a fucking weirdo, so. And this was a whole new symptom. So far, she only hears Hiso's voice, or she could see Hiso in her dream. But now, it's in the middle of the day, and Juhi's mind is as clear as possible. I mean, at least she thought it was until now. But now she's finally seeing Hiso in a gat. Woo-sung, are we in the right place? And voice. I hear his voice, too. What is this? Please let me see him in a skirt, not in that kind of clothes if I'm going to see things now. This is Fortune Teller's Alley. There's no way Hiso would be here now. What should I do when I'm going crazy like this, even if I'm keeping a distance from him? I really don't know what to do next. Juhi felt so weak and listless now. The shape of Hiso was getting closer. Oh, hi. What? Why are you walking around here? You promised me you wouldn't go out alone. Are we that surprised, though? Really? Yes, right. Why are either of you surprised? Then she came to her senses. There's no way Woo-sung would also appear on her vision. She wasn't seeing things. Those two were really at the Fortune Teller's Alley where she is right now. As Juhi got dumbfounded and didn't answer, Hiso snatched a tuck out of Juhi's hand. If you're not gonna eat it until it cools down with your mouth open, can I eat it? Oh god, that is such a brat. Hiso took a bite out of Juhi's tuck and pointed his chin at Woo-sung. We really do act like a family. Oh my god, that's so cute. Woo-sung, go around the fortune-telling shops and see if there was a girl with a fortune I just told you. Sure, there must be at least one girl with that fortune. Wait, why would you go to... That's weird. Why would you go to a fortune teller to... Okay. This to me seems like a plot device, but it's not that well written. X to doubt. Why? Why are you here? To investigate. I'm working, Juhi. Why are you here? If we searched through this place, we could find who kidnapped Lee Soma. Why are you here, by the way? Oh, I already said that. Hiso looked at Juhi's face with a curious face. He gave a tuck back to Juhi and looked at her again. You're really weird these days. Yeah, well. Are you okay? I'm fine. Don't try to fool me. You seem distracted every day and you blush your face often. You also have a lot of mood swings, girl. I'm sure you have a colder. Maybe you like me? No, Hiso, shut the fuck up. She's gonna punch you. She's going to punch you. Hiso. What? When she got surprised and threw tuck at Hiso, he got startled and shrugged his shoulder. There goes the poon. Tuck flew heavily like a rock and grazed Hiso's temple before falling to the ground. Hiso freaked out and dropped his jaw. He looked up carefully and stamped his feet. Oh my gosh, your temper. Well, she didn't punch me, but she did throw something at me, which is basically the same. Oh my gosh, your temper. I can't even make a joke with you. That was a very inappropriate joke. She answered as if she was completely fine and turned back, but her heart already sank down. Then Woo-sung came running. He was holding the paper as someone's fortune. Brother, I found it. Let's go to the poshunk. You too, Lady Juhi, since you're here. Hurry. What? What are you... Since you're here, and since I don't like you walking by yourself, Hiso was heading to the alley where Police Inspector Park Wong-sum and Damo Jae So-young were transferring some girls. Juhi was just running along Hiso, not knowing what was going on, then stopped after seeing Damo So-young's cold face. He was slowing down near the hill, but Hiso was running too fast and lost the flow. He ran down the hill, waving his arms as if he was about to fall down. That's pretty on brand for me. Whoa! With Hisu's fuss, Sayoung Wong-sam and other police got surprised and looked up. Hisu gave them a wanted poster that Woo-sung just drew on the way here and interrupted. Wait, what? We're just gonna disregard that I almost fell? Okay. Woo-sung must be talented at drawing since he just draw it like that while walking. Cut to a stick figure. Hisu showed the wanted poster to the girls who were tied up before Sayeon had a chance to stop him. Nansei, Budla. Is this him? Is this the guy who asked to do what you did? The eyes of the... Oh! I'm an idiot. That's why they asked the fortune teller, because at that time, I guess... Wait. Wait, no. Did they force him to get into women's garb and... What? Wait, I thought I had it for a second being like, oh, maybe he went to the fortune teller dressed as a girl, but they dressed him up as a girl. So that doesn't make sense. I'm confused. Okay. The eyes of the girls called Nansei and Budla got wider. Two girls were nodding aggressively as if they got insane and got up. Where did you find him? Who is that guy that asked us to do weird things? The guy who asked you to do that is a Sangwon named Kim Wol-tu living in Northern Village. Hisu named the guy and turned around and called Park Wong-sam. Don't tell me that fortune teller stuff actually worked. Hisu's face got lively. You know what? I'll yes and. Why not? I've seen that face several times. You live with me. He solved the case. Inspector Park, you should leave the transferring to other officers. You need to go to this Sangwon Kim's house. He is the main suspect. What? Go to Northern Village Yongbon's house like that? That can't be happening. How can we make that big decision without asking higher officials first? Oh, Sayeon, my sweet summer child. I don't do asking anybody. I just go. Sayeon's face got paler out of shock, but Hisu and Wong-sam were getting motivated even more. Juhi tilted her head with her arms crossed. He felt something was weird watching them. How can Kim Hisu be that unfriendly to Sayeon, who is obviously beautiful? Oh, honey, have I got a whole set of videos for you. And I'm not being unfriendly. I'm just being like, yeah, I know you want to follow the law, but I don't, so love you, bye. Usually a guy becomes extra friendly or tries to make jokes or something when he sees a pretty woman like her. Is that what I've been doing this entire series? Like, I'm not a guy, but I am attracted to women, so is that what I've been doing? Oh no, she's calling me out without even realizing it. Even Juhi herself wanted to be nice to her for no reason. The reason is she's fucking hot. But somehow Hisu has never been excited or reacted differently to a woman. You don't know that. Does he have a problem as a guy? Come to think of it, he doesn't give special treatment for women. Well, one, I'm a woman, and two, according to what I've been raised on, that attraction is like shut off out of the question for me. Like, I won't even entertain it. Like, I've just blocked it off, so that's why. No, then what was that when he let me sleep at the warmer side of the room? Just being nice? Yes, people can be nice to each other for the sake of being nice, Juhi. It is a real thing. Oh my god. Scared? The cowardice of a weak, failed Yangban who was pushed down to a lower yang. Oh my god, Juhi. What kind of guy is so complicated that it's hard to read his mind? Oh my god. While Juhi's head was getting messed up, Hisu was waving his arms and gathered policemen. You have Superintendent Zhang on your back. You could ambush the house on behalf of him. Hurry. I'll take care of it, huh? You can make a contribution. Contribution? It would be a big contribution, right? Of course, let's go. He didn't even notice Sayeon, whose face was the same as usual, but whose eyes were about to cry. Wait, no. Why are you about to... Sayeon, wait, no. Is it because we're breaking the law? I'm sorry. Kind of. I personally follow along the chaotic neutral route myself. Park Wong-sam, who was gullible, was getting ready to follow Hisu. Oh my god, give her a hug. I don't want to make her cry. Damo Sayeon got anxious along, looking around and ended up looking at Juhi. My lady. Juhi got astonished and looked at her again. She asking me to stop them? That's not going to work, Sayeon, but I appreciate the effort. Juhi was still dumbfounded even after she caught her eyes and kept looking at her, but Sayeon didn't look away. Come to think of it, since the first day they met, Juhi went to the scene with Seon and they say hi to each other every time they meet. Okay, honestly, like, even if Juhi doesn't end up with me, I feel like her and Seon would be so cute. Oh my goodness. They'd be so adorable together. True, half the things she told Juhi were that you shouldn't be at the scene. Yeah. But before anyone could even stop them, Hiso grabbed Park Wong-sam's shoulder and started running. When Juhi was watching Hiso running and turned her head, she caught Damo Seon's eyes again. Seon was so pretty today that Juhi couldn't understand why Hiso was so adamant to her. I'm glad Juhi and I share a similar taste. Juhi shook her head to Damo with an apologetic face. Then Seon gave a sigh and bowed to Juhi. We all just gonna take a road trip together. Oh, cute. Family road trip. Aww. Family road trip. I really do feel like all of us are like a big family at this point. Like, obviously not towards my love interest, like, duh, but like we're all so at ease with each other, and I love the friendships in this game. Like, the romances, well, I've played only one so far, but even with background characters and stuff like that, like, the friendships in this game are so fucking good. Like, I adore them to pieces, and everyone is just like, the way they interact with each other is just so easy and natural, and I just love it so much. Originally, they shouldn't just bring policemen to Yangban's house without permission like that. But thanks to Wong-sam's hot temper, they could just go there without a problem. Of course, it was only possible since Superintendent Jung was on their back. We met at the hill and ran towards the Sang-won Kim's house right away and ambushed him. Oh. We spicy. Pretty house. All right, I'm gonna cut that episode there right before the big ambush because I feel like Juhi's been wrestling with a lot this episode and we need to give that room to breathe and simmer for a little bit. So next episode, we're gonna ambush a criminal. Yay, fun. And I'm so scared because Juhi's like, I'm gonna make Hiso fall in love with me and then break his heart. Yeah, okay, that's how we solve our problems and not by talking to each other like adults. But it wouldn't be Juhi if she wasn't going to be a petty bitch about it, and that is why I adore her. So, thank you so much whoever happens to be watching this. Like, comment, subscribe, it really does help me out, and until next time, bye!